Listen twice without subtitles. Then listen once with text. After that, retell the story out loud or in writing. Don't forget the vocabulary below. Ready?
On a quiet morning, Lena sat by her window and watched the street. People hurried to work, and she felt left behind. She wanted to make something with her hands, but doubt spoke louder than hope. She tried to plan a path, yet nothing appeared clear. She sighed and waited. That week, she tried many crafts. She melted wax and poured candles, but the scents felt wrong. She shaped small bowls from clay, yet they cracked when dry. She learned simple sewing, stitched a tote, and unpicked it again. Nothing felt right, and her table looked tired. She worried more. One day, Lena found a small sheet of mirrored glass in a thrift store. She bought it and carried it home like a secret. She scored an oval shape, snapped it carefully, and sanded the edges until smooth. The light on the table touched it, and everything glowed for her. The glow stayed in her mind. She decided to make a frame and see if it felt real. She tried thin wood strips, glued them around the oval, and sanded again. She wrapped soft rope in circles. She poured colored resin like sunrise and watched it cure overnight at home. The early pieces were uneven. The resin ran to one side and left sharp waves. The wood frame had gaps, and the rope went crooked near the end. Lena felt clumsy, as if her hands forgot how to learn. She wanted to quit and hide the mess under her bed. Then the voice of doubt grew louder. She opened her phone and saw perfect photos online. The mirrors there were smooth and famous, like magic at a museum. She compared her work and felt small. She asked herself why she thought she could ever join them. She almost stopped entirely. Before she quit, a friend sent a message. Mara ran a small cafe on a corner with blue chairs. She wrote, "Could you make a mirror for my wall? The space needs light and warmth. It does not need to be perfect. It needs to feel like you." She agreed. Lena cleaned her table and set the oval in the middle. She looked at colors from the cafe, the blue chairs, and warm wood shelves. She chose a rope frame with thin gold thread. She practiced the wrap with patience, measured each loop, and left room for light to dance. When she delivered the mirror, Mara smiled with her whole face. They hung it near the window and wiped the glass. The oval caught the sun and shared brightness with the tables. A child waved at their reflection. Someone laughed softly. Lena stood there quietly and felt a change inside. Mara said, "Post a photo, people will love it." Lena took a picture on her phone, edited nothing, and wrote a simple note. "First cafe mirror finished, made with rope and care." She posted it online and closed the app. An hour later, 3 messages asked for mirrors from strangers. Her hands shook. She felt excited and scared, like standing on a bridge over deep water. She opened the messages and read carefully. One wanted colored resin like ocean waves. One wanted wood with a dark stain. Another wanted tiny shells. Lena wrote a list and breathed slowly before replying. She faced another challenge. How much should each mirror cost? She'd always given her work away. Now she counted time, tools, and materials, and she added a little for her skill. It felt strange to decide a price. Still, she wrote numbers and chose with care for each order. Packing worried her next. Mirrors are fragile, and the boxes must travel with trucks and hands. Lena collected cardboard, bubble wrap, scrap cloth, and strong tape. She tested a drop from the couch. The glass survived. She smiled and wrote small notes to tuck inside each package with kind wishes. Talking to customers felt new. She kept messages short and warm. She asked about the room, colors, and size, and she suggested options. She gave timelines and asked for the delivery address. When a request felt wrong, she said no. Clear words saved stress for everyone, including herself, too. While orders came, Lena kept practicing. She made small test pieces from extra glass. She learned to sand edges in gentle circles and to leave no burr. When resin bubbles rose, she passed a flame quickly and watched them pop. Each mistake showed a lesson and offered another chance forward. Her first wood frame order took a weekend. She measured each strip, cut the angles, and sanded until the joints touched neatly. She rubbed oil into the grain and breathed the smell of sawdust. When she pressed the mirror into place, the frame hugged it like calm arms at last. The rope frame order taught rhythm. Lena put on slow music and set a line of glue. She placed each coil beside the last, pressed lightly, and waited a moment. The oval grew like a seashell. Her breath matched her hands. When she finished, the pattern looked steady and kind. The resin mirror was trickier. The customer wanted ocean colors, deep blue into green with foam near one edge. Lena mixed small cups of color and poured in thin paths. She moved a stick and made soft swirls. One corner cured cloudy, yet the whole piece still breathed water there. Her parents visited one Sunday. They saw the table covered in tools and boxes. Her mother brewed tea and listened, nodding as Lena spoke. Her father measured the oval and built a simple jig from scrap wood. Their support felt warm, even with worry hidden under a smile that day. Later, she rented a small market stall for a Saturday. She laid out mirrors on a linen cloth and propped two at angles. People stopped and tried to see themselves. Lena greeted them and learned to say prices without a shake. Some only smiled. Some ordered and thanked her warmly. Not everything went smoothly. One package arrived with a crack across the glass. Lena felt sick when she saw the photo. She apologized, sent a refund, and made a replacement right away. Then she doubled the padding, added corner guards, and wrote fragile in big letters on every box afterward. At night, Lena lay awake and listened to the city. Her fear felt different now. Before, she feared failing and being laughed at. Now she feared not trying and losing this new light. She understood the second fear was stronger, and it pushed her toward honest, patient work each day. Slowly, her days formed a kind rhythm. In the morning, she cut, sanded, and glued. In the afternoon, she wrote messages, packed orders, and walked to the post office. She saved money from each sale. She dreamed about a small studio with tall light and a sturdy table for herself. 1 month later, she visited the cafe again. The mirror on the wall had gathered a soft patina of touch and steam. People still smiled there. Mara poured coffee and thanked her again. Lena looked around and felt she belonged, like a maker among neighbors, not just a dreamer anymore. She walked home through late sunlight and thought about the path. Doubt had not vanished, but it no longer ruled her days. Design gave it a seat and a task. She would keep learning, keep trying, and keep making mirrors that carried light forward into rooms, faces, and futures everywhere.